Hello.
Hello. Welcome to episode 21.
Oh.
This is 2-1. Oops, I almost did 2.
21
Nailed
of
it.
As We Art. We are glad you're here. I am Monica.
I'm Candace.
And this is As We Art.
Yeah.
It's, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a podcast and a YouTube channel, which is also a podcast, where we talk about art and things we're creating, what we've made this week, and what's inspiring us. And we also want to hear from our viewers. What are you making? What's inspiring you?
Yes, we love hearing from you guys. You keep us motivated. It's so awesome to see the variety of things people are creating and working on. We love it.
Yep.
And what people are inspired by. We've got
Yes.
some new music this week from some of our viewers that have shared what they're listening to. That's always awesome. And we got a question this week, which we'll be sharing. Viewer questions are encouraged. So if you ever have things you want to share, throw them in the comments on YouTube or follow us on Instagram so you can see some visuals of what we're talking about.
At As We Art Podcast.
At As We Art Podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. Comments on Instagram will also reach us. So that's good.
Yeah, do it. We want to hear from you. We're not fucking about. We mean it.
Yeah, we're not fucking about. Share yourselves with us.
Yes.
It really is awesome to see what everyone else is up to out there in their creative time. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for those of you who have shared. It's awesome.
I have to cough, so I'm
Oh,
lean
nice.
away. Lean away.
Lean, cough.
My apologies.
Yeah. See, we do this without editing anything out. We do it in one take, and we don't have a script. So welcome to the realness.
So you can watch me gag to death. You're welcome. You know?
I'm gagged. Okay. We should do a little shout out.
Yeah. We should.
Wait, do you know what I'm talking about?
We should. Shout out to my deodorant. No, I'm just kidding.
Why?
Because it's hot and sweaty right now.
Oh, yeah, this room doesn't have AC, and we had to close the windows. This is our art studio. Half of it's now a podcast studio, half of it's our art studio. Normally we have the windows and the slider door open and fans blowing, but we thought the noise might be an issue, so
Yeah.
we might have to bring
we're
an AC in here.
sweating for you.
Shout out to deodorant, but also we want to shout out to what?
We just want to give a special shout out to anyone who is remaining creative, even if they have family issues going on or health issues or anything else that is hindering your time to be creative or your ability to be creative.
Yeah.
We're going through it right now with some things, and we don't talk a lot on this podcast about our personal lives, and we're going to keep it that way. But we just, we feel extra grateful to be able to create this week with some things that are happening. So.
Yeah, unexpected hiccups, right? That is life. Like, what a pleasure to have mundane days.
Yes.
Right? There's some quote out there from someone who's smarter than me who's something about that. Like the privilege of having those mundane times in life where there aren't a lot of unexpected, baseball reference, curveballs coming your way. But yes, if you happen to be going through it, anything health related, family related, whatever, job related, and you still can prioritize yourself enough to find time to be creative, enjoy that outlet, feel grateful for that outlet, we're with you. And we see you, we hear you, and we'd love to know. But yeah, the point of this podcast really, truly is to keep us accountable, to keep us creative, share with you what we're doing. And so we're going to keep it that way. And the other part of our podcast that we're thinking about expanding into is potentially talking to others in real time, having a guest creative person. Doesn't have to be a traditional artist, but if you like the idea of us spending, 10, 15, a couple minutes, half the podcast, talking to someone else, let us know if you like that idea. Because this format's great for us right now, and we still have to work out the technology of how we would put a Zoom call or a video call into this podcast. Candace is a genius. She will figure it out. But we want to know from
probably
you.
figure it out at a later date.
Yes.
You'll hear in my inspo, I am limiting screen time. So
Yes, this is a big deal. Do you want to just start with inspiration this week?
yeah, let's do it.
Because that's really interesting. We have a question from viewers and we have our actual art we've worked on, but it ties into unexpected life's twists, this change in how much screen time you're exposing yourself to. So you want to talk about that a little?
Yeah, I'm my inspiration this week is finding things to do and enjoy away from screens. So my inspiration has been for the last few days, particularly, just going out and enjoying nature, listening to bird sounds, watching the trees, hanging out in the sun, going to the beach, whatever. But also, we have a local summer baseball league here, and we got to go to one of their games, and it was really nice to be able to watch awesome baseball. I love baseball, if you can't tell by all the crazy baseball hats I wear, baseball teams. And I don't have a particular team. If I had to pick, it'd probably be San Diego Padres. But it's been awesome to see really good baseball and really enjoy things with a big limit on my screen time, like 0 screen time pretty much. I'm trying to not even use my phone. So
it's a big adjustment.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, those of you who follow us know that we mentioned Candace's visual stuff on a recent episode. It might have been last week, with some health issues with just vision issues. And so this is a recommendation from healthcare professionals to just limit screen time as much as you can for a little while and see if it gets better. And it has been, and I'm glad that's your inspiration, because just trying to not have anxiety and trying to like lessen stress, go with the flow. But with what an amazing opportunity, if you look at it as an opportunity instead of a challenge, to have to limit screen time, which is extra hard in this day and age.
I mean, woof. I am addicted to my phone and I had no idea, but like catching myself now all the times I go to pick up my phone just to scroll.
Yeah.
It's insane. I'm like, I swear, anytime like Monica leaves the room or something, I'll pick up my phone and I'm like, I don't need to do this, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really interesting because I would never consider myself someone who's like addicted to screens, but the first step is admitting you have a problem.
Yes. And, you know, in a lot of remote work or 9-to-5 type of jobs, there's a screen in front of your face for 8+ hours a day in the form of a computer screen. So just learning to limit that and try to take care of our health. It's been interesting. I'm glad that's your inspiration. You're doing great with it.
Thank you. Pat on the back for me. Yay.
Pat on the back for Candace. But it has led to some other opportunities like time outside, time to create and just be creative in a lot of other ways, but also actually make some art. So,
and also being like really mindful of my vision while creating. Cause I usually I like to sit down and have like a marathon of creation, right? Like I'll do something for 4 or 5 hours and I just can't do that right now. So the art I worked on this week, normally I would have cranked it out, and I actually very intentionally was like slowing it down, putting a lot of attention and intention into it. And it was a really enjoyable process, but yeah, just to, you know, protect my vision. And so
I love the challenge of slowing down. It's very hard for me. I am, patience is not a virtue I value.
You value it. You just
I don't have it. My sense of urgency, my sense of being productive, it's just constant. So learning that and like appreciating that and slowing down and taking my coffee out in the front step and just sitting and enjoying the trees while sipping coffee. It is such a privilege to be able to do this. Mm-hmm. We know. We definitely don't take it for granted, but sometimes life presents you with an opportunity to kind of have to make some changes, and that's what we're going through. And it's really interesting. I am glad you're still able to read books.
Yes.
Because reading right now is a wonderful, awesome way. We always are reading. Like we read at night a lot. But the book I just finished. Oh no, I meant to grab it. This is so embarrassing because I don't know the author's name. Shoot. My inspiration, I have to look up the author's name because that's not fair.
Wow. Speaking of screen time.
I know. It's called Isola, which I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay. Her name is Allegra, but I don't remember her last name. Hold on. Isola by Allegra Goodman. Allegra Goodman. This book, I wish I had the actual book to show you. I will take a picture of it. I just finished reading. It is a novel. However, it is historical fiction. It is based on a real woman who was in the 1600s, was marooned on an island intentionally, left behind on a
Not a fun desert island.
yeah, not
tropical.
like palm trees and coconuts. It was a rough island with very little growing on it, off of Canada. It's a wonderful story called Isola. I don't want to give away too much, but it is a story of survival. I can say that because you know right from the beginning she's telling her story. And I really appreciated this author, Allegra Goodman, her style of writing. I like books when I can learn something. I really do. But I also like books that keep me invested and interested and don't feel like I'm learning something necessarily. Yep. And I love stories about women who are fucking kick-ass and make it and survive shit that they're not expected to. People have low expectations for them and they just surpass those expectations. I love that theme. But the fact that this is based on a true story, which the author found is like a footnote in some historical document about a young woman marooned on an island, intentionally left there, abandoned there, and survived. It's an incredible book. I highly recommend it. And I am using that as my inspiration with some of my own writing, just my own thought process and belief. The belief you can do something even when things are hard. Yeah. Just keep taking that next step. Even if you're winging it, you're making it up as you go, you're figuring out as you go. That's a theme that we really like cling to sometimes. And I think a lot of humans have to do that. I don't think a lot of people have their shit together and all figured out as they present.
I think that's the big, con of life. We're all just faking it till we make it. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. And everyone has imposter syndrome. Mm-hmm. And you just have to remind yourself of that sometimes. Like, even if someone seems like they have their shit together, and they might, but there was definitely a point where they didn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And to appreciate the process, like I like messing up. I like rejection. I like failure because like it's just a stumbling block where I can like step up. It like creates a little like an actual stumbling block, like something fell down that I didn't expect and I can step up and go to the next trial. Like I'm fine with it. I don't know.
I'm trying to embrace that more. I'm more of like a stumble, beat yourself up for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a good match because we come at things in very different angles and different life experiences and different perceptions.
Yeah.
But we talk about it. We're lesbians. We talk about everything.
We're women. We chat,
We talk about everything, which is wonderful. But it is nice to learn from each other. So I'm learning to slow down and Candace is learning, I think, if I can put words in your mouth, sorry. Sometimes when things have an unknown or some fear attached, do it anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, I love our inspiration this week. That's good.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about this viewer question.
Yay, we got a viewer question. Thank you, viewer.
I should have thought of I didn't think of my answer ahead of time, but I know the question, but I'll have to think on the spot, which is what we do here.
Okay. That's fine. You can go with your gut. Give a real honest answer.
Okay. What's your favorite part of process in your art? They wrote, what's your favorite part of the process in your art?
It's a great question.
Favorite part.
Great question. Depends on the art, of course.
Can you go first?
So if we're talking stained glass, for me, my favorite part is the stuff that becomes really like technical. I love foiling and I love soldering. Those are my favorite parts of the process. They take a lot of like refined kind of motor skills and a lot of attention to make sure things are even and don't look like funky, or make sure everything's held together well. So that's my favorite part of stained glass.
And you're so good at it.
My least favorite part of any art process, I will tell you, is coming up with the idea. That's the hardest part for me always. Like, I will get inspiration occasionally that just comes naturally, but most of the time I really have to sit down and contemplate what I'm going to make, how I'm going to execute it. And I really try not to focus on the end product and whether or not it looks like how I envisioned it, because most often it doesn't. But I try not to beat myself up about that. I'm really like trying to get into the process of just enjoying making it. So my favorite part of stained glass is foiling and soldering.
That takes such a steady hand, the soldering. Oh my God. Candace's technique is, I would call it the most
fluid.
The technique that's most aspired. I don't know the right word for it. Like, people would love to be able to solder like Candace. Her actual technique. Her hands are so steady, and it takes control and patience, and her lines just come out like so rounded and smooth and beautiful.
Thank you. That's very nice.
My soldering is a different technique where I like chop it like fucking hot butter and then connect the dots. It's a whole nother thing.
I would say most people solder that way. And our end product looks the same. You would not be able to look at something and be like, Candace soldered that, Monica soldered that.
I will agree with that to a point where I can tell if you soldered something, but even though mine might come out smooth in the end, it takes me way longer. It's way more solder because I have to go back and keep going over a line. Your soldering technique is like dreamy. And I know people who don't know stained glass techniques won't understand this, but you're just so precise and smooth and consistent. And I'm like, I can't hold my soldering iron that's still that long. It's amazing. I don't know. I love your technique.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm blushing.
It's not my favorite technique. My favorite part of the process is the exact opposite of yours, where thinking of the new project, designing the new project, creating. I have so many ideas. They're bubbling out of my head. I wake up dreaming about them. I have to make lists of ideas because they're overflowing in my mind of things I want to make. And then I absolutely love when I have an idea, and this happened this week. I had an idea of something I wanted to make. I could envision it. I drew it. I sketched it. I made a pattern. And then I went in to pick the glass and changed my mind. And I did something different, so my favorite part of the process is going outside a convention, just flinging aside the plan, like fucking going, coloring outside the lines. Like, I love changing it up in the moment, that spontaneity, that organic process of just changing and seeing what happens. This is why I don't do commissions anymore. I need the artistic freedom to fly and change it up. I am working on a commission this week. Well, it'll be several weeks, which you'll see in a moment when we show you our art this week, which has to be extremely precise because the client is approving it. They have to see each step and approve it. I have to stay to that. I have to stick to the pattern and the plan, which is so hard for me.
Yeah.
But that is why I'm going to have to intersperse some of my own free reign projects in
Monica's
here.
a free bird. You got to just let her fly. I mean, the stuff you come up with is amazing. But yeah, if you want some awesome art, just buy something that Monica just made because she had a dream about it. Like, it'll be something you love forever, and you'll find something different in it every time you look at it.
Oh,
but
that means a lot.
It's true.
Thank you.
You're very talented, very creative. I wish I had Monica's creativity, and sometimes you wish you had my precision. So
yeah, control and precision. Imagine those two coming together. I mean, I don't know if you can really excel in both.
Yeah.
Because being precise and controlled requires staying to a very specific plan. And the stuff that I create that sometimes ends up being like my most cherished work, or I think successful or beautiful or intriguing work, is because I exactly deviated from the plan. So It's good that we have both. But what about you guys out there listening? We'd love to know your favorite specific point in the process of whatever you're creative with. What is it? Tell us, like share with us. What is that, your favorite part? And it would be fun to also learn the least favorite part.
Yes.
I think I'm spitting.
Oh, good job.
Least favorite part.
Good job. You know, we spit all the time, but you'll never know. What about your other art forms, like writing? What's your favorite
that's a good question.
part of the process?
Yeah, I'll ask you the same. So think about yours with lino cutting. For writing, for sure, actually, I don't even have to think very hard. My favorite part of the process for writing is going back and tinkering each sentence, tweaking, rereading, changing up a few things. So like the first draft is the hardest part, actually writing all the things I'm thinking of, like getting it down on paper. But then I can take like an exhale and go back and just, it's lovely and it's fun and it feels good to go back and just rework a few things and tinker with the sentences and, make that flow a little better or make that dialogue a little more realistic sounding or add some details to the scene that I hadn't thought of in the first draft. Because when I write a first draft, when writers write a first draft, ideally, they should not be editing as they go. Ideally, they should just let it flow or whatever the fuck. I can't do it. I rewrite sentences on my first draft all the time with my natural like editing ear.
Yep.
And I wish I didn't. I wish I could be as free and flowy with my writing on that first draft as I am with my art. Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, but
even
I think
in art, I catch myself like as I'm sketching, going back and being like, "Nope, change this," and I'm like, "Do that when you have a full sketch. Come on."
yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
So lino cutting, favorite part?
It's a toss up for me between carving and printing. Because I really enjoy the process of carving. It's very, again, precise. Hands-on, just like really digging in there. But seeing your creation come out when you print is also awesome. I mean, sometimes it's disappointing because it's not what you thought it would be. But
or the letters are backwards or something else.
I've done that.
or the paper rips or whatever. But seeing it. But so carving, the actual process of carving and
printing.
Seeing that, like the test print or the...
Just printing in general. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's a test print or not. But.
That's great. And you still have some kind of... I don't know the right word. Your printing process isn't as advanced as what exists.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm still like, it's an art form you can go very in depth into, and I'm still very much like a novice, but just enjoying learning. It's a lot of fun. So.
It is hot in here.
It's so hot in here.
I just realized I'm sweating, and we're going to have to make some changes because we're in like muggy June, and we're in New England in the United States of America, and it's muggy and it's hot, and we had to shut the air off because we thought it'd be too loud, but I think we're going to need to leave it on. Okay. I'm excited to go forth with our sweatiness and talk about the art we created.
Amazing. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first? The question of every podcast week. You want to go first?
You go first. I feel like I do too often. Can you please go first?
Yes. So, and you don't go first too often. I feel like we share that responsibility. This week I worked on a lino cut. I had shown a few weeks ago a sketch of an anatomical heart that I wanted to do a lino cut of. So this week I worked on transferring it to sketching paper, which I then put on the linoleum. So part of the process takes a long time. I transfer it to sketching paper. And
like
then,
backwards?
Like...
I always mix this up.
You want it to be backwards on here, so you transfer it normal. So that when you put it against the linoleum, because I tape it down and then I rub it really hard, and the pencil transfers over to the linoleum. And then I did some carving. So it's kind of been...
Show the camera. If you're missing this, if you're just listening to the podcast...
It's hard to see the depth
Okay.
where like I carved and stuff. But
Yeah, check on Instagram. I'll put a close-up picture of this. But
I'm also going to start staining my linoleum
What do you mean?
blocks. I'm going to take India ink and stain them a different color before I start carving after this one.
like the gray part will be a different color?
The gray color will be not gray color.
Okay.
It'll be like red or blue or black, so that when I carve away, it turns gray and I can tell what I have and have not carved.
Oh, that's cool.
A lot of artists do that. I stole some of their tips from Instagram. Thank you.
love it.
Linoleum artists, lino cut artists.
What do you have remaining for carving, or is this done?
No, it is not done. I have to take away all the background, and I'm going to do a whole bunch of textures within the heart. So,
Oh, neat. Okay.
lots of lines, lots
gorgeous.
of dots. Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome.
But I may
It's bigger than I thought it was going to be.
take the background away right now and print it as is so that I can do several layers and have it more than one color.
Oh, honey, that's exciting.
I haven't decided.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. You've made a lot of progress. So that was a lot of steps.
I would have made more progress, like I said, but I'm really trying to like take care of my eyes and take it slowly and enjoy. So, yeah.
That's impressive.
More to come.
More to come. I love it. That's great. I worked on the lamp. So for those of you who've been following, we introduced the snake lamp last week. If you didn't catch episode 20,
Yep.
go back and see the snake lamp, because this will be an ongoing project for a while.
Yes.
So I had to come up with a way to make a shade that would fit. I'm looking over at the lamp. It's off camera, but it's still in this room.
Staring at us.
The shade that this client wants made out of stained glass has to fit very precisely. You can't wing it.
Yep.
There's very specific measurements. It has to fit on the stand and flare out so that it doesn't hit the coiled snake on this lamp. So I tried making different models of things because it's a circular shape on a circular base. But glass isn't circular. Like my techniques in glass. I know there are lampshades out there where you use a mold and you can, with tiny pieces of glass, able to cut them into a circular shape eventually. I'm not learning a new technique for this. I'm doing my style of stained glass. So it dawned on me to make the base square, because I need to fit this on a circular base. But if it's square, it'll fit as long as it's level and straight, which it will be, I promise. It took me a while to find my materials on how to make a mold. This is just white flexible styrofoam padding that we get. This packaging comes whenever we order glass, so I used a bunch of it. I started with like white paper and envelopes, and cardboard was too thick, and this just worked out really well, really lightweight. I will then use this idea to create an actual pattern. But I had to work with the client on what she wanted, of course, right? So she did decide on something that combined some abstract-ish ideas, but with something more literal. And so she said the snake lamp reminds her of, it's kind of religious, which I'm not. So I'm going to say, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but Eve with an apple.
Eve taking the apple from the tree of knowledge.
I had to ask Candace, I'm like, what does the snake have to do with that? And
I'm not religious either.
We're not religious, but she knew there was a snake involved.
Yes. I believe the serpent is supposed to be Satan. I don't know.
Okay. Well, Eve took an apple. That sounds like a delicious snack. So I sketched a pattern, and the idea of the shade will be mostly green leaves, beautiful leaves, and it lets me have different directions. I want some of the leaves going off the top of the lamp because I don't want the shade to be like perfectly precise at the top. That to me, that would be boring.
I'm going to hold it a little bit forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be able to see it.
Yeah. This is just a penciled in sketch of my idea. So I have a hand holding a red apple amongst these leaves. And on the other side of the lamp, there will be like the idea of like a profile of a woman or a human
with hair.
I'm doing a hair gesture.
Yes,
and
that's why I was adding with hair.
With hair.
You're doing the invisible share over there.
So The leaves will probably be different shades of green. I have to check with the client on what she wants in glass. And then the background, I was thinking like an amber, brownish yellow background, but she might pick port wine. I mean, she has some beautiful colors in the room where she's having this lamp. So the background can be whatever she wants. But I love the idea of that red apple. I think that will really stand out.
It'll pop.
But even though I want to start cutting glass and picking colors, that is not the next step. The next step.
You didn't say the magic word.
Is that Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Oh my God. Candace has a few movies that are like her go-to movies that she's seen well over 100 times. And I think Jaws and Jurassic Park are the two for you. Mm-hmm. Are those the same director?
Yep.
They're both Spielberg?
They're both Spielberg, yep.
Jaws and Jurassic Park.
Just coincidentally, but yeah.
Okay. Mine is pretty much John Hughes movies from the 80s. But anyway, yeah. So my next step.
Speaking of same director.
My next step is to make an actual pattern that I have to stick to. Please cry with me for a moment.
Wah, wah.
So I have to make an actual precise pattern that measures perfectly and fits in this lamp that I have to follow. Okay. So in between, I will be jumping up and making some other projects that don't require. I mean, I did make a pattern for this one.
Monica will not be caged.
Yeah. But the other thing I did this week is I just made a quick, I was going to say fun. It was fun, but it's beautiful. 8 different triangles that make a rectangle. I just drew this thinking I would do something for Pride. That was what I originally intended. I'm like, oh, I'll make a little Pride situation with like the colors of the rainbow. But I got into the glass studio truly intending to pull out red, orange, yellow, green. And I was thinking about how it might look at the end. And I was thinking, what's the comedian from Australia? Hannah something?
Hannah Gadsby.
Is she Australian?
Yeah, she's from Tasmania.
Tasmania. Okay. If you haven't seen Hannah Gadsby's stand-up, we highly recommend it. There's more than one now. She has a couple specials.
Their pronoun might be they.
Okay.
I'm not positive. Let's go with they, just in case.
Just in case. Hannah's stand-up is amazing. If you haven't seen them, check them out. But one of the comments that I absolutely love was when they talk about how the pride flag, the colors are just too aggressive.
Too aggressive, yeah.
the primary, the bold. And I'm like, I don't want this to be too aggressive. And so instead of doing a pride situation, it's pride. It's just ocean pride, blue pride. I did shades of blue and teal, just some pieces of glass that I fucking love. We have a few scraps left of some of this gorgeous glass with the stripes. I used it on this sign I made back here. In fact, probably every blue that's in that sign is in here because I tend to go for the same beautiful pieces of glass every time. So I'm excited to take the next step. I've cut it, ground it, and foiled it this week. The next step will be soldering it, adding hooks, and then, of course, the lovely polishing stage that takes a while. So I'm excited to have worked on that because it keeps my mind and my hands busy on something that I don't have to like follow or pick out glass based on what someone else wants. And I really am excited about this lamp challenge. Don't get me wrong. I might bitch about certain aspects of it, but actually I am already proud of myself for like following certain steps with it. So it's going to be okay.
Yes.
I'm very lucky.
Let's double clap. Yay.
Yes.
I also need a double clap for just Vanna whiting the shit out of the blue striped glass. So.
As we art. Yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, I made a sign as soon as we started this podcast. I was like, blank walls behind us. Oh no. So I made that sign and hung it up. And eventually there'll be something behind me. Maybe
I have an idea. I think I'm going to go like mid-century modern. So.
Ooh, you're going to do a lino cut?
Yeah, Linus cut.
So wherever you are in your art process, your creative process, we'd love to know, like, definitely tell us. We'd also love to know what is your go-to movie for when you just need to chill.
Yep.
I have glass or foil or something on me from holding that.
Probably glass dust. It's everywhere.
Probably glass dust. And we'd love to know how you go about dealing with life's little interruptions and unexpected twists. I think it makes interesting. I think it's like adding seasoning to the dish. Bring it on, life. We can handle it.
But also, like, not too much, please.
The little over salted.
Yeah.
So yes, we are so happy to be here. We're so glad we're doing this podcast and meeting with you each week. We're really happy you're here and listening and watching. It means the world to us. It does.
Thank you so much for joining. We love being here and chatting at you, I guess, every week. And we're just so appreciative that you tune in and, you know, you engage and show us what you're up to. And it really means a lot. So,
Yep. Keep it coming.
You keep us going.
You do. You keep us going. So thank you for being here on episode 21 of As We Art.
We did it. High five.
We did it.
Yay.
We will see you next week.
Bye.